worthless, but I'm worth it if you'd only take the time. Could you cut a little slack, maybe make our rhythm right?
Alright, so Colin Cunningham, welcome to the Bard's Tales. Thanks for gracing our little sofa. Really nice to have you on board. Thank you for coming in.
Oh no.
Cracking tracks. You just played 2 tracks for us there. You played Worthless. That's quite deep. When you listen to the lyrics, it's quite like, it's like you want to be loved and in a relationship, but you're like, but I'm not really worth it. But I am, but I'm not really. It's quite oxymoronic, really. Did you write that from personal experience? Was that just something that evolved lyrically, or how did that come about?
It's just come about from personal experience. I don't actually like explaining my songs. I like people to
Interpret as what they
take
need.
their own meaning from them and interpret as they wish. But it, for me, it did come from personal experience.
Okay.
You know.
I think we've all felt like that at some point, haven't we? You know,
Yeah.
you've got that anxiety of, I really like you, but
Yeah.
I don't want to say anything, but then I kind of do because I am worth it. So it's very vulnerable. I've asked this before, bands. When you're playing an emotive track, do you feel a bit anxious and a bit vulnerable when it's quite lyrically emotive as well? Or are you able to detach?
I kind of detach myself from it and just sort of go into a character, because like when I'm not performing, I'm quite smiley and outgoing and chatty. But then when I'm on there, I just put on a
Do you develop like a different character on it?
persona that suits the mood of the songs, So
Right.
so like the ukulele song.
That was absolutely fun. And what's the title of the ukulele song?
It's my one and only ukulele song.
But if you start writing
because if I write only until
you've written some more.
I write another one, and then I'll have to give it a proper title.
But again,
which
that was
everybody wants to call it the naked song.
Well, it is.
No.
Yeah. What was the lyrics that stood out then in the bath?
Yeah, like,
lyrics about the bath.
You cute little laugh when you sing in the bath. I want to jump in because you're naked.
Yeah. Have you always been a storyteller with your lyrics? Has it always been?
I try to give them a bit of a tale and have them go somewhere.
Yeah, bit of a dimension.
Yeah.
So the two are quite contrasting, obviously, because there's quite the emotive Worthless and it's quite raw, and then you've got the quite funny My One and Only Ukulele song. You're in the middle, am I right thinking that you're in the middle of putting an EP together?
I've got some recordings. I did a bit of recording with John Ellis from Lime Tree Studios.
Yes.
And he's a fantastic pianist in the cinematic orchestra. He asked me to go around, and because I met him through Janie Lee Cohen.
Right.
And we went to see him at an open mic night, a folky night, and we were there, and he was saying, I'm going to Morocco, like the next day, and I thought, I'd like to go there.
Oh, quite sounds alright, that.
Yeah. So I said, I thought, I'll ask him later on. So I said, I won't mind going, and he said, yeah. So
seriously, you just hijacked? You just went to Morocco?
just did it.
Really?
Yeah. So
oh my word.
We booked a flight from. We were in Middleton. We were in Middleton. Me and Jenny Lee drove back to Didsbury. Got on the computers as soon as we got home.
Booked a flight to Morocco for the next day?
Booked the flights for the next day.
That's a whole new meaning. Booked it, packed it, and did one, isn't it? Gosh.
Yeah.
So 24 hours later, you were in Morocco.
So we spent a week in Morocco. Well, it was 6 days because we actually missed our flight.
Colin.
We had to go the next day.
So you booked it, packed for it, missed it.
Missed the flight, yeah.
Cracking.
And I don't know what happened there, and the less said about that.
Yeah, moving on.
So when we came back, we just messing around with guitars, and he says, come down to my house and record. So I have done a few recordings.
Right.
And some of my spoken word as well. And it's just now down to me to get other musicians to put layers.
And get into it. So how did you get into music? What's been your? I mean, obviously we could probably cover a good hour on this, but how did you? Because you're not just creative musically. You're creative with photography and all the different bits and bobs that you're going on in the spoken word. Do you find that music has been was that the first thing that kicked off? Was it music that brought you through, and then You've expanded
everything
your
else,
creative expression.
Before the guitar, I grew up listening to my dad playing, you know, Mississippi John Hurt tracks, Leonard Cohen, and all the stuff that he played. And he taught me to play the guitar when I was like 15. And I've been playing just in my own home or wherever I am. You know, I've always had a guitar near me. And just been playing it. And not singing as well, just finger picking, you know, just learning these tracks from a book. Can't read music, I just, you know, have to laboriously learn one bar at a time, and you know, and put it all together, and it helps if I listen to the track, but quite often I've never even heard the tracks and just have to do my own interpretation of it. But I did that for years, and then me and my ex-partner, we bought a house in South Manchester.
Right.
The relationship didn't last too long, but I'd started going to Charlton Folk Club, and I was seeing people there that like blew me away. Yeah. And
that were inspiring you to make the next steps.
Yes, yeah. And I started singing my first covers of these old American folk blues.
Right.
Candyman or something like that at first. And then these performances were really stuttering, you know, like
people watching me, I'm not in the living room
and
now.
my head was down, you know, like couldn't look at anybody. If I looked at somebody,
you just literally wanted to get through the track.
Yeah. And then the relationship broke up, and heartache brought on all this. So that's what happened there. Right. So I started writing all these art.
But it's often, we were saying this before, that music is, for so many people, either when they're writing music or they're receiving music, that is what gets them through, is that identification, that expression of feeling, will get them through often the most darkest times, and actually give them great memories through the good stuff as well.
Absolutely. So it's kicked off from there. I got introduced to the open mic scene in Manchester, which is absolutely kicking. I used to go and turn up and just sit there with my guitar waiting to go on, and you know, you'd see the same faces, and then eventually, you know, I started talking to people. Then I started taking pictures of people whilst they were there.
You see, this is what I love about Manchester. You think you've got it boxed off with a certain genre, a certain movement, a certain promoters, certain venues, and actually there's all these other subcultures going on of musicians and creatives that are doing all this mad stuff around town.
I've got about 900 to 1,000 musicians that I've met. Vast majority of singer-songwriters that are out performing their own. I don't know that many band members and what have you, but that's how many I know, and that's just that I've met on my little
patch
circuit. So there's you know, like reggae, the hip hop, and you know, the classical lot. There's all sorts
blues,
going on.
The rock, the post-punk, the punk.
Yeah, all that I've not even.
It's just not even scratched the surface of.
No,
so what are your plans for 2016 moving forward now? What?
Nothing.
Just develop.
I don't do this for any other reason than the love of it, and just the meeting people and putting people together and making connections. And
music.
It's just it's been amazing. So I'm just going to do what I've been doing while I still can.
And we're enjoying it. I really enjoyed that set tonight. And like I said, we'll come down to the boat sessions and have a look, and definitely give them a heads up on the Misfits, Cafe Misfits.
Absolutely. Well, like I say, the 18th of June.
Yeah.
Academy 3.
Academy 3. We'll have a look. Where can we get tickets for that?
I'm not sure.
Can we get it from the venue?
You can get it from the link. No, from me. I think. Yeah. Remember last time they give you tickets. So
right. Okay. So if anyone's interested in coming along to the Cafe Misfits next gig,
they would go to my page, Cafe Misfits.
Cafe Misfits. Are you on Facebook?
Facebook, yeah.
Fantastic. And we can come and check you out.
Check.
Oh, will do. We'll have a look at that. Thank you so much, Colin, for coming along. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks, my love. It's nice to finally meet you. And like I said, come back to Bard's Tales and give us another set. And you know, anything naked in the bath is all good with me. Thanks very much, Colin. Thank you, chicken. Thank you.
Cheers.
Yeah! Yay! I love that.